Fantastic. All right, inhale, arms up high to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards, head to knees, chin to chin. From here, guys, you're going to bend the knees, you're going to place the hands to the floor. Some of you will just come into sitting, others of you will experiment. From here, we're going to take an arm balance. So support yourself, coming into a squatting position. You're going to take the arms on the inside of your knees. This is called Bakasana. Now remember, the spirit of playfulness here, the spirit of experimentation. This is not an easy posture. So today it may be that you're just placing the hands on the floor. If you're ready to go to step 2, then lift the butt up high to the sky. Step 3 is taking the body weight forwards, but taking your eye gaze not down but forwards also, and lifting the right foot off the floor. Next step, release one foot, other foot lifts off also. Then readjust everything, hands flat to the floor, body lifts up, and some of you can jump back. All of us can push up, and if you're able to jump back, then you can lower down 3 more times. 3 push-ups. 1, otherwise take a rest. 2, last one. Good. Everybody coming to a kneeling position. Good. Close the eyes, take the palms up, resting on the thighs. Notice how your heart is beating. What is happening in the body? How does the body respond to a degree of strenuous activity? Contemplate for a moment this miracle. This is called your autonomic nervous system. It responds automatically. It's miraculous. So when more energy is required to pump into the muscles, the heart muscle works harder. It beats faster. Imagine if you always had to think about that. This happens naturally. Okay. Now blink open the eyes, and you're going to come to lie on your backs. I'm going to take a gentle back bend. Lie on your backs with your head facing the back of the studio. Placing the feet flat to the floor. And pressing the feet on the floor, you're going to just lift the pelvis up toward the ceiling here. As you do so, roll the shoulder blades slightly toward each other so it's a little more height, and keep pressing the pubic bone just below the navel, a little higher. As you do so, you notice that the heart area moves slightly more towards your face. Readjust the feet so that there's equal distribution of weight through the right and left foot. And Janice, lift the pelvis up just a little higher still. Now all of you interlace the hands underneath the back. And as you do so, notice that you can roll the shoulders back and under even more. That's good. Yeah. Now lifting your right leg up high to the sky. Yes. Good. And keep the left side pelvis lifting. But what you might find is that the weight now has gone into the outer blade of your left foot. So press down equally through the inner left foot. That's it. Keep the left leg strong. Pelvis lifts up a little higher still. And bending the right knee and down. Other side. Left leg extends. Pelvis lifting up high. That's it. Side ribs lengthening. Yes. Fill the lungs. And release. Both arms up overhead. Elbows bend, arms resting on the floor, and then the upper back releases to the floor, the middle back releases to the floor, and the lower back releases to the floor. Take the feet to the outer edges of your mat and let your knees rest on one another. So the knees are turning inward. Perfect. Rest here for a few moments. Eyes are open or closed. Notice your breathing now. so much the heartbeat right now, but it's the breath. Back bends create this capacity in the lungs that, like a vacuum, they draw in the oxygen around. Oxygen is so essential to our bodily health. But if you increase the need for air, you increase the oxygen distribution in your body, which leads to greater energy. From here, draw the knees into the chest. Keep the arms as they are, but lower the knees over to your left. Gentle twisting position, knees all the way down to the floor. That's it. Yeah. So with regular practice, and I recommend a practice at least every other day for about 30 to 40 minutes, the body starts to change. And the calm that you feel during a practice of yoga and after a practice of yoga, there's a possibility that that calm may continue and infiltrate to other parts of your life. Bringing the knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest. It's like coming into neutral, yeah. And then lower the knees over to the right, yeah. Arms are good. You know what? They can either be straight, they can be bent. The key thing is that this is a gentle twisting position for the lower back primarily, lower and middle back. And again, the knees need not be resting on the floor. The key thing is that your breathing is unrestricted. It's open, it's smooth. Yes. The inhalation is most inhibited here, so focus on that. Deep in the breath. That's good. And use my words and these instructions as gentle reminders. They're here to support your practice. Inhale deep and exhale fully. Good. Knees back to center. Knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side. Yes. Yes. Then straightening the legs, lie flat. We're ready for Shavasana. Now in this position, trust that intuitively you're going to lie in the position that's most comfortable and allow my words to simply invite small changes to enhance the comfort that you're already feeling. And without needing to look, trusting that you can just listen and change. Make sure that your feet are dangled slightly outwards to the sides. And you may even physically shake the feet side to side. Yeah, just experiment with that to make sure that you release muscular tension as you move the feet side to side. The pelvis also. If there's any movement in the pelvis, just play with that one moment. And perhaps squeeze the buttocks. And as you squeeze the buttocks, notice that the pelvic bones lift upward toward the ceiling. And when you release the buttocks, there is a melting into the floor. The same happens with the belly. How about experimenting with taking a deep breath into the belly as you push the belly up high to the sky. And when you release, notice that there's a let go. Try that once more. Breathe deep and push the belly up high to the sky. And as you let go, notice full release. The arms and the palms of the hands are turned up so that the shoulders can broaden. That's it. And the backs of the hands are resting on the floor. One part of the body that can often create or be an area for residual tension is the forehead. In particular, the space between the eyes, the eyebrows. So bring your awareness to there now and imagine that area is broadening, softening. I'm going to stay with you for a few minutes. And then you can continue resting here for as long as you have time for. What's essential in this relaxation practice is that you never miss a breath, but in doing so, you give yourself all the time in the world. It's an attitude of alertness with total patience. So as you breathe, feel how the air enters the nostrils and leaves the body through the same passage. Drop any expectations of what or how this relaxation could, might, or should be. Simply allow your body to be fully supported by the floor as you lie here now. Nothing to do. Just resting. So my voice is going to drift out now. Inwardly give yourselves full appreciation, total acceptance for what you've just been through right now. Time and energy you've spent on your own self-care will serve you and others very, very well.